It's your boy Concert Viz 34, and today I want to wish everyone a happy new year. It's January 2nd, 2018. I want to start the new year off with a video titled Not All Setlist Critics Are Crazy, because I am one of them and I am definitely not crazy. I have a rhyme and reason for my madness and my critiques of a certain band by the name of the Dave Matthews Band. There's a poster of one of the shows there. I'm looking at straight ahead off camera. And I want to talk about this because it's something that always gets brought up at this time of year. People who are getting ready to critique the band or getting ready to make critiques about the set list or complain about certain stuff that the band does. It's a very unique band because what you see is there's certain acts that play the same set every night. There's certain legends that play the same amount of hits every night. And then you have people or bands or artists like Fish, like Tedeschi Trucks, like Dead and Company, and String Cheese Incident that they mix up and they play their catalog out, a lot. And you'll see a different show literally every night. And D&B's in the middle because they mix up their shows. You'll see certain songs get played 20, 25 times a tour, but you'll also see with that amount of frequent playing of certain songs, other songs only played 5 times a tour, 10 times a tour. And I'm in the middle of this spectrum of D&B fans. That's why I thought it'd be great to give my vantage point. What you see online, what you see from certain fans are two different perspectives. Very often you see people that will listen to Dave Matthews sing the phone book at one of his solo, one of his Dave and Tim shows, or one of his full band shows. They will still show up. If you critique how hot it is at West Palm Beach, if you complain it's a little bit cold for some of the spring shows if they're up in a colder climate, or if you go to a Jones Beach and it's raining and you complain about it, you are a hater. You should never be called a real fan because you critiqued Dave Matthews and his band. So you have those type of people here that are on one side, and then you have people that for some reason think that this band D&B is gonna play out the phone book like a Fish. Hey man, I went to Fish, I went to Dead and Company, and they played out, every of the 5 shows I went to was a different set list. There were no repeats, bro. And I'm like, all right, cool. I love Dead and Company. Fish isn't bad. I've definitely listened to some of their stuff. Trey's pretty dope, but we don't want that. Matter of fact, I've gone to certain shows now. Some of these bands that play out their entire set list, they kill it. I mean, their entire catalog, they do great. But there's been shows I've been to for String Cheese, for Dead and Company, for Tedeschi Trucks, where I'm like, you didn't really need to play that song. It's way too deep in the deep cuts, even for me. I love certain deep cuts. I love certain covers. But you know what? That song kind of ruined the momentum of the show. And I think that's a negative of certain bands that play out everything like that. You really need 4 or 5 years of listening to their music to enjoy it. Where for Dave Matthews Band, you can listen to them for a year or two and still enjoy a live show. So going away from that, I'm in the middle. I don't think you should play out the set list. I don't think you should go to a show and be blind to any critique of the sound, of the quality of the show, of how it's not up to par with the previous show. It's open for criticism, but realistic criticism, and it's open for criticism to really hope the band continues to do better. It's interesting because some people will go to a Dave Matthews Band show or insert artist here show, and they will say nothing was wrong, right? That the show was perfect. It was the best show ever. But then their kids will have an audition for a special, elite band or orchestra, or their kids will be in a spelling bee or be taking SATs, and they're like on them. You got to do good. You got to do good. You got to do good. I want the best for you. Which parents are supposed to do. They're supposed to want the best for their kids, but sometimes they go too far, which is a whole different video, especially with sports. But anyway, the point being is they're hard on their favorite sports teams. They're hard on their kids and their activities, but then they're not the same with the band they love. Not to say that you have to openly critique this band on a forum in order to be a true fan, but there are people like me that are realistic people who critique this band. For instance, my Flyers just took an L. I just got finished watching the game. They lost to the Penguins. And realistically, I knew it was going to be a tough game, but they didn't play good. Realistically, I know they're not going to be a first place team by the end of the season, but if they can just catch that last wild card spot, that's realistic. They can be that good. They've done good, but they took an L today. Excuse my language. The Penguins actually played fairly decent, and I think they should be better than what they played like tonight. And that's how I feel about certain aspects of a band. Now, I know a concert's different. Everyone's rooting for the same team metaphorically, but there's certain shows, there's certain songs that I think can be better, that are played at a lackluster or predictable pace, and I think the band can mix it up. And one thing a big misconception of, like, with people like me, is that we do not appreciate this band, which is not the truth at all. I appreciate the band when they play a song, when they play a 15-minute version of Mercy. I still listen to it. I still enjoy certain parts of it. I just wish it wasn't 15 minutes, and I wish it wasn't played as much. But I appreciate listening to any music they put together. These are talented musicians, even with the things I want improved. And I go to shows, you wouldn't even know I even had critiques, because I don't want to ruin someone else's experience by sitting there like a prog rock circa 1985, Genesis fan, like, I'm not impressed. I'm prog rock guy from the 80s. I only want things outside of 4/4 time. I'm not going to be like that the whole show. I enjoy the show. I dance to songs I don't like. I dance to songs I like. I got my head bobbing most of the show. And I still have critiques, but I wait till after the show for a video or talking to friends or going on forums to express those critiques. But I appreciate the moment. I don't take for granted anything the band does. And I want to give some examples of things I actually like, because people think that people like me are always negative. We only see the bad in the show, which is not true. For instance, one of the great things I liked about 2013 was Captain. 2 of the 3 shows I went to, I heard Captain. It was a cut that wasn't played as much back in the 2010s-ish. In 2013, they played it pretty often here in the Northeast, and it was a great song to hear live. I liked when the band did this. Another example of things that I've liked that I didn't expect to like Old Dirt Hill when it was played last year in Saratoga Springs, New York, but hearing it acoustically at a Dave and Tim show there on the Friday SPAC Night 1, I enjoyed it. I went to listen back to the song, and it just felt different from when I had these preconceived notions that it'd be a terrible live song. But it was actually pretty good to hear it live. I've liked certain things that the new band members have done to remix old songs. Not everything they've done, but I've liked some of the mix-ups and different modifications in Crush. And I've liked some of the stuff they've done in some of even the newer material, like Away from the World, that they've mixed up for the live show. So I do like certain things, and that's what I want to come across as. I like things, and I will praise and appreciate those things as well. But there are still things that, just from that sports mindset, I think they can do better. For instance, Jimmy Thing. I would love for that song to be reduced to 2 or 3 shows for 2018. For instance, I would like Don't Drink the Water to be slowed down or just not played as much anymore. I would like Gray Street, same thing, to be slowed down, take away a little bit of electric guitar, and let it be out in its natural element. So I have these critiques, but they're realistic. Not that it's going to go back to the Gray Street of the early 2000s. No, they're not. I don't care if they don't bring the third verse back. I like it, but it's okay. I know they're not going to be Lily White Sessions recordings of Big Eye Fish. It is what it is, but just slow some tempos down. Tim, you're my boy, Mr. Reynolds. But if Dave, you just got to tell Tim, bro, take an acoustic guitar for this. I don't care if it's the electric set, Tim. I know it's the electric set, but fam, this song, just take an acoustic guitar. You'll get electric next song. I would like for that to happen. Rashawn, bro, Seek Up. Just build up to it. Don't go ham in the first 5 minutes. Wait till the end to go ham. You're my boy, Rashawn. Rashawn, look at me. You're my boy. But with Seek Up, fam, you're going too crazy at the beginning. That's just my opinion. I would like to see that done. So I have these realistic critiques. I have appreciation for this band. I take my mindset of being a sports fan and apply it lightly to how I support this band. And I am a critic. But I know that I'm not crazy. And that's all I hope to get across in this video. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Where are you on the DMB fan spectrum? And definitely check out all the other videos I have to support. Good luck to everyone as we approach for Dave Matthews Band and many other bands that time of year where we get those announcements, because I know I'm waiting for those announcements. And then you get to the warehouse and you just request there, and then you get to the on sale, and then you wait to see if tickets go down. So I know it's an anxious process. It's exciting. It's a lot of emotions wrapped up into a couple months. But at the end of the day, live music is live music. I appreciate it. I critique it. But I always remember to enjoy it, because life is short. You don't know when your artists are going to pass. You saw that in 2017. But you do appreciate the times you have with these artists and with your friends and with your family. But again, it's your boy ConcertViz34. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a good one.